Have you ever noticed how certain people in your life seem to speak with kindness, yet leave you feeling hollow inside? How they offer their presence, but somehow drain your spirit? How they smile in your direction, while their eyes carry a coldness that penetrates deeper than winter frost? Perhaps you have sensed this discord but dismissed it as imagination, telling yourself that surely those who walk closely beside you harbour only good intentions. But the great teacher Confucius understood something profound about human nature that many refuse to acknowledge. He taught that not all who appear as friends truly wish us well, and that hidden beneath the surface of familiar faces can lie sentiments as dark as they are destructive. The master knew that recognizing these hidden currents of ill will is not about suspicion or paranoia. It is about wisdom. It is about understanding the true nature of those who surround us so that we might protect our own cultivation and continue walking the path of virtue without being led astray. Today, we shall explore the subtle signs that reveal when someone close to you carries secret hatred in their heart. These are not the obvious enemies who declare themselves openly, but those who wear the mask of friendship while harboring thoughts that would poison your well if you knew their true nature. Confucius taught us that the wise person observes not just what is spoken, but what lies beneath the words. Not just the gesture offered, but the spirit in which it is given. The first sign that someone secretly harbours ill will toward you lies in how they respond to your moments of joy and success. Watch carefully, for this reveals the true condition of their heart. When good fortune visits your household, when your efforts bear fruit, when others recognize your virtues, observe those around you in these moments of celebration. The person who truly wishes you well will feel genuine warmth at your achievements. Their eyes will brighten, their congratulations will flow naturally, and they will speak of your success to others with pride, as a parent speaks of their child's accomplishments. But the one who secretly despises you will struggle to mask their displeasure. You will notice a forced quality to their smile, a stiffness in their congratulations that feels hollow and rehearsed. They may offer praise with their lips while their body turns away from you. They may change the subject quickly, as if your good news causes them physical discomfort. Sometimes, they will even attempt to diminish your joy by immediately speaking of their own struggles or by finding small flaws in your achievement. Yes, you received this honor, but did you notice how few people attended the ceremony? Such responses reveal a heart that cannot bear to see you elevated, even briefly. Confucius taught that envy is like a poison that corrupts the spirit of the one who harbors it. When someone close to you consistently responds to your happiness with subtle deflection or barely concealed irritation, you are witnessing this poison at work. Their inability to celebrate your victories reveals that they view your success not as something beautiful in itself, but as something that somehow diminishes their own worth. The second sign manifests in how they speak of you when they believe you cannot hear. The wise person knows that true character is revealed not in public declarations, but in private conversations, not in what we say to someone's face, but in what we say behind their back. Those who genuinely care for you will defend your reputation even when you are absent. They will speak of your virtues, correct misunderstandings about your character, and refuse to participate in gossip that might harm your standing. Their loyalty remains constant whether you are present or far away, because their respect for you flows from genuine appreciation, not from obligation or appearance. But the one who secretly harbors hatred will use your absence as an opportunity to plant seeds of doubt about your character. They may not speak outright lies. Such crude behavior would expose them too easily. Instead, they employ more subtle methods. They might share embarrassing stories from your past under the guise of innocent reminiscence. They might question your motives when others praise you, suggesting hidden selfishness behind your good deeds. They might remain suspiciously silent when others attack your reputation, offering no defense when a true friend would speak up. Sometimes their betrayal takes the form of showering your private confidences with others. Information you trusted them with becomes ammunition in their subtle campaign against you. They may justify this breach by claiming concern for your welfare or by suggesting that others need to know what you are really like. But Confucius taught that trustworthiness is one of the fundamental virtues, and the one who violates your trust reveals the poverty of their own character. The third sign appears in how they respond to your struggles and moments of weakness. When misfortune visits your life, when you face difficulties, when you stumble on the path of virtue, these are the times when true friendship reveals itself most clearly. A genuine friend will offer comfort during your troubles, practical help where possible, and encouragement to help you regain your footing. They will listen to your concerns without judgment and remind you of your strengths when you have forgotten them. Their presence during difficult times feels like shelter from a storm, warm, protective, and restorative. But the one who secretly wishes you ill will respond to your struggles in ways that increase rather than ease your burden. They may offer sympathy that feels performative, expressing concern while their eyes betray a different emotion entirely. Some will even seem energized by your misfortune, displaying an unseemly interest in the details of your troubles that goes beyond normal compassion. Watch for those who ask probing questions about your difficulties, not to offer help, but to satisfy their curiosity about your pain. Notice those who seem to remember every detail of your failures while conveniently forgetting your successes. Observe how quickly they share news of your troubles with others, often under the pretense of seeking advice on how to help you, but really to spread word of your diminished circumstances. The fourth sign reveals itself in the quality of their presence when you are together. Human beings possess an intuitive ability to sense the emotional climate that others carry with them. When someone genuinely cares for you, their presence feels nourishing. Conversation flows naturally. Silences are comfortable, and you leave their company feeling somehow renewed. But when someone harbors secret resentment, their presence carries a different energy entirely. You may find yourself feeling inexplicably drained after spending time with them, even when the conversation seemed pleasant on the surface. There is a subtle tension that you cannot quite name, a sense that they are performing friendship rather than experiencing it. They may nod at appropriate moments and offer responses that seem fitting, but something fundamental is missing. Their attention feels divided, as if part of their mind is occupied with thoughts they dare not voice. You sense they are calculating, measuring their words carefully, not out of respect, but out of necessity. This person may ask you questions, but notice how they listen to your answers. Do they truly absorb what you share, or do they seem to be waiting for their turn to speak? When you express concerns or share your inner thoughts, do they respond with genuine understanding, or do they quickly redirect the conversation toward themselves? The one who secretly resents you will use your moments of vulnerability as opportunities to gather information rather than to deepen connection. Confucius taught that authentic relationships are built upon mutual respect and sincere interest in one another's welfare. When someone's presence consistently leaves you feeling unsettled or diminished, your spirit is recognizing what your mind may not yet understand, that their heart is not aligned with yours in friendship. The fifth sign emerges in how they treat those you hold dear. A person's true character reveals itself not only in how they treat you, but in how they regard those whom you love and respect. Watch carefully how this person interacts with your family members, your closest friends, your teachers, or anyone else who holds importance in your life. The one who genuinely cares for you will extend courtesy and respect to those you cherish, understanding that to honor your relationships is to honor you. They will speak kindly of your parents, show interest in your children's well-being, and treat your dearest friends with warmth. Even if they do not form deep bonds with these individuals, they will recognize their significance to you and behave accordingly. But the person who harbors secret hatred will often reveal their true feelings through subtle disrespect toward those you love. They may make cutting remarks about your family members, questioning their wisdom or character in ways that seem casual but carry an edge of malice. They might exclude your closest friends from gatherings, claiming practical reasons while actually seeking to isolate you from sources of support and joy. Sometimes their animosity manifests as excessive criticism of your choices in companions. They will suggest that your friends are not worthy of your loyalty, that your family members take advantage of your kindness, or that your teachers have misguided you. While a true friend might occasionally express genuine concern about someone who truly means you harm, the secret enemy uses such observations as weapons to create doubt and distance between you and those who strengthen your spirit. The sixth sign appears in their response to your growth and positive changes. When we walk the path of virtue, we naturally evolve and improve ourselves over time. We learn new skills, develop greater wisdom, correct our flaws, and become more aligned with the principles that govern a righteous life. Those who truly wish us well will celebrate this growth and encourage our continued development. Watch how those around you respond when you make positive changes in your character or circumstances. Do they acknowledge your efforts to improve yourself? Do they support your attempts to cultivate virtue? Or do they seem uncomfortable with your transformation, as if your growth somehow threatens them? The person who secretly resents you will often resist your positive changes, sometimes quite subtly. They may make jokes about your new habits, suggesting that you are putting on airs or trying to appear superior to others. When you speak of lessons you have learned or insights you have gained, they may respond with skepticism or dismissal, implying that your growth is superficial or temporary. Most telling of all, they may actively try to pull you back toward old patterns of behavior that no longer serve you. If you have learned to respond to conflict with greater patience, they may try to provoke your anger. If you have begun to associate with wiser companions, they may criticize these new relationships and pressure you to return to less beneficial friendships. If you have started any practice that brings you peace and clarity, they may mock it or create obstacles to your participation. This resistance to your growth reveals their true desire. They prefer you to remain as you were, perhaps because your previous state made them feel superior, or because your improvement highlights their own lack of progress. A genuine friend rejoices when you become more virtuous, more skilled, more at peace. They understand that your elevation does not diminish them, but enriches the entire circle of those who know you. The seventh and perhaps most subtle sign lies in the timing of their actions and words. The person who harbors secret hatred possesses an uncanny ability to choose precisely the wrong moments to create disruption or distress in your life. This is not mere coincidence, but a calculated pattern that reveals the darkness in their heart. Notice how often their criticism comes just as you are about to undertake something important. Observe how frequently their demands for your attention arise when you most need to focus on crucial matters. Watch how their personal crises seem to coincide with your moments of celebration or achievement, requiring you to set aside your joy to attend to their needs. They may arrive with disturbing news just as you are preparing for an important meeting with your superiors. They might choose the morning of your child's wedding to share their concerns about your family's reputation. They could wait until you have committed to a significant endeavor to express their doubts about your abilities or judgment. This pattern extends beyond major events to the smaller rhythms of daily life. When you are enjoying a peaceful evening, they arrive with complaints that shatter your tranquility. When you are concentrating on important work, they interrupt with matters that could easily wait. When you are resting and gathering strength, they create urgency around issues that are not truly urgent. The wise person learns to recognize this pattern and understand its meaning. Such timing is rarely accidental. It flows from a spirit that cannot bear to see you at peace, successful or content. The one who truly cares for your welfare will be mindful of your circumstances and choose appropriate moments for difficult conversations or requests for help. They will protect your important moments and support your need for rest and reflection. Understanding these 7 signs is not about becoming suspicious or cynical toward all who surround you. Rather, it is about developing the discernment that Confucius valued so highly, the ability to see clearly, to distinguish between genuine virtue and its appearance, to protect yourself from those who would lead you away from the righteous path, E's path. When you recognize these patterns in someone close to you, the natural response might be anger, confrontation, or the desire to expose their duplicity to others. But Confucius taught us that the superior person does not respond to darkness with more darkness, nor does he allow another's failings to corrupt his own character. The path of wisdom requires a different approach entirely. First, you must cultivate inner stillness and examine your own heart with complete honesty. Ask yourself whether you have given this person reason for their resentment through your own actions or words. Have you been boastful in your successes? Have you neglected their feelings in your moments of joy? Have you failed to show proper gratitude for their past kindnesses? The wise person always begins by looking within, for sometimes what appears as secret hatred may actually be justified disappointment in our own conduct. If upon sincere reflection you find that your actions have been guided by virtue and that their animosity springs not from your wrongdoing, but from the poverty of their own spirit, then you must choose your response with great care. The Master taught that we cannot control the hearts of others, only our own conduct in response to their behavior. Remember that true strength lies not in exposing their deception, but in maintaining your own virtue regardless of their conduct. Distance yourself with grace, protect your peace without bitterness, and continue walking the path of righteousness. For in the end, the greatest victory over secret hatred is a life lived with such integrity that even your enemies cannot diminish the light you carry within.